That's in your arse! Right, folks, here's the Dead Rising review. The first game in the series. And I've got a bit of history with this because it's the first sort of big open world zombie game that I really played. There had been other ones in and around that time. I think I kind of remember, do you know that? When it comes to zombie games, Dead Rising was really one of the big first ones for me. You had Left 4 Dead as well, but I'm sure that came after. And it was one of the big Xbox 360 exclusives. You're like getting a fucking zombie game set in a shopping centre. This is like Dawn of the Dead. This was mind-blowing stuff. And I do remember getting it and remembering how difficult it actually was and going, I don't know if I like this or not. But I persevered and eventually I'd finish the game sort of, kinda. Now the ending for me was a bit shit. I get captured and the game just sort of finished, and I thought, you know what, I can't be arsed playing that again, but I was wrong, because I am playing it again right now. This is a remaster. Basically what they've done is given it a 60 FPS and a 1080p coat of paint. Nothing else has been upgraded, and that's fine, because it looks alright. It looks like a PS2 game, but it did when it came out anyway as well, so wasn't it this, oh my god, that looks like such a great graphical fucking monumental shift and change. No. Where Dead Rising excelled was its sheer amount of dead people on screen at the one time. And that is actually still very impressive today, and it's gory. The gore is fucking brilliant. It's like when you shoot somebody's napper off, you're like, fucking yes! See you later, alligator. Your melons went splat like a rancid potato. Oh shit. Right, so you go Frankie Boy West, who is a wank with a really disgusting looking face. It's like, well, it's everybody in this game just looks fucking weird. They look like they're made out of putty, and that putty has melted slightly. So you get this huge descended fucking mouths. It's like a fucking hippo. Especially the guy in the helicopter at the beginning when he's flying you into Willamette. It's like, what the fuck, man? You could fit like 800 melons in that gub of yours. And Frank, you're no much better. You should be fucking chinning these zombies. You fucking hit them in the head with the chin and the fucking head would... So in your descent into this town that's been besieged, but we don't know what it is, but it's zombies, right? They don't know what it is at the time. And then you get to take photos, and that's a big thing of the game's photo taking. So you get your PP. That's how I get my PP big. My big PP. PP leads to prizes. Lots of PP prizes. The great thing I like about this game is, see when you die, like say you're level 10 and you snuff it, you can reload your game at a save, or you can go back to the start, but you take everything with you. So unless you're like level 30 or something like that, it doesn't really benefit you going back that far. Unless you've got no choice because you haven't saved your game like a complete fucking dafty. It's always worth going back to the beginning. It's a good way to level up, and you can just fucking farm your levels. It's good. It's a good way. You can get some of the shops early enough if you know where they all are, like the gun shop, before Cletus shows up and fucks you up. And he's a prick. What a fanny. And you can just ransack it for like rifles and shotguns, and it's good. It's good that way, but you need to know the game beforehand. So this really is just a big sandbox playground in a shopping centre, and you go to the shops and you can change your clothes, you can use bowling balls, and yeah, you got toy lightsabers, so they don't do anything, but it's still fun to pick up a lightsaber and just smack them with this plastic thing and get a sore face. You'll be able to get guns off of the fallen coppers. I don't know why there's so many police in this shopping centre. They're fucking everywhere. The thing with the items is the respawn, so when you do run out of bullets for a particular weapon, if you found a secret wee stash, you can go back later on and fucking get it back. It's cracking that. I thought it was great fun. But it's hard. The game's hard as fuck. It's like a Dark Souls game before everyone started coining that. Is it as hard as Dark Souls? You know, it's probably harder, but at the same time, you can start your progression, go back to the beginning, but it's easier, and start out again. And taking photos gets you more PP, And the more PP you have, the more, well, things you get. You get a few annoying early quests, like the one with Kent. Kent is what I like to call cunt. It's an arsehole. And he'll give you photo challenges, but you need to do all sorts of photo challenges before he'll give you the actual fucking quest. But he's just an annoying bastard, I'm sorry, he's a prick.
Okay, here comes the next one, Frankie. But first, feast your eyes on my work. Now this is my most emotionally moving shot. Now this is my sexiest shot. Okay. This is my most violent shot. Check it out. Ugh. Okay, here's the deal, Frankie. You gotta go out there and take even better pictures than the ones I just showed you. You think you can handle that, huh? Yeah.
And then after a while, like there's a day and night cycle. When it hits night time, the zombies will become more powerful. And the first time that happens in each playthrough, like going back to the beginning, it's basically you starting again. So each time you start again, or if your first playthrough, you get a wee cutscene of them changing. And then you'll be able to pick up the wasps off them when you kill them, and that'll kill like 10 in a sort of radius vicinity to yourself, which is cool. Handy. So there's always benefits to having slightly more difficult enemies. One of the boss fights is quite early on in the game, and you're fighting convicts, and I didn't like it because it respawns. They respawn every fucking day. I think it happens 3 times. I've recently come to learn that it's a glitch in the game. Oh, fucking hell. So I hope they fix it for this one, but I kinda doubt it. I think they've probably done the bare minimum to actually, you know, port this. I mean, they should have ported it as a pack. They did digitally, but they didn't do it when it came to the physical releases. Very annoying, very annoying. So this being as popular as it was, spawned 3 sequels and 2 sort of mini offshoots centred around Dead Rising 2. That'd be Case Zero and Case West, which you can still get. But if you're on Xbox, you can get them. Or if you're in PS3, you can get them, but you're going to have to suffer the shite frame rates, I'm afraid. There was also another version of Dead Rising 2 called Off the Record, and everybody sort of complained about, why is Frank West not in this one? Why are we going this dick with a fucking shite haircut and a motorbike? Chuck Green or whatever his fucking name is. Charles Green. It's like Capcom do that from time to time. They did it in Resident Evil, with Resident Evil 2, 2 different characters. It's kind of irritating because you can just get used to a certain character type and then gone, and you get used to another one. I suppose it's good for, like, if you want to take a gamble with the series a wee bit and you don't necessarily want to involve the original cast, and you go, well, that didn't really work out. Well, we'll bring the original cast back and we'll make it work the first one. Didn't happen right enough, thankfully. You'll have to do all sorts of things, not just boss fights, but you'll have to get like survivors. These are optional things. Much like the photos are mostly optional, the survivors are optional as well, but it's always worth it because you get some amount of PP. You get a lot of PP in this game. There's a lot of wee, a lot of PP. It's just flying out of the shop. I'm surprised the game's not got a fucking yellow tint to it. Big PP tint. PP, they could, Jesus fuck man, they could have come up with something better than that. PP, like, jobby, just like, give you me your jobby points and we'll upgrade your fucking toilet. You can save in the game, but you have to do it in certain specific locations, being like a toilet or the bench up in the fucking staff room at the security bit when you first start, where Frank will go to sleep whatever gun he's holding. Kinda funny. Kinda silly. Then the cheesiness is part of the appeal in this game. So that's my review of Dead Rising. It's a good game. It is showing its age. The controls aren't the best. That's probably the worst part of the game, is this, the finickiness of just everyday movement, really. I mean, it feels okay for a minute, and then all of a sudden it's like, I can't pick this gun up because you need to wait for Frank to reorientate himself next to this item, and the item has to sort of flash up, so you know you can differentiate between what items you're picking up. It's annoying as fuck, but it's a fun wee game. So see you later.
What in the hell is going on around here?